This looks like the right pass. I've met with the traveling companions near the pass to the wells of Langflood.
We're all arrived, my friend.
This is the path that will take us into the foggy basin of the Mist Hollow, through which runs the tributaries of a familiar river. The folk of these northern lands call it the Langflood, but you would call it the Great River, or Anduin. The raiding party from Gundabad was spotted somewhere near the wells of Langflood. That is where we must go. All right. Somewhere near the wells of Langflood. And looks like you have a spare cloak. Right? Thanks for bringing a spare cloak. That could always come in handy. Which one do I need? I'll take this one.
We will need to work together if we are to see this task accomplished.
Yes, we'll need to work together. Emok, Venko, do you agree with that? We'll find out.
Do not speak to me as if I were a mere child glowing.
You may be my elder glowing in years, it is true, and your beard is white, but you spent no time in the dungeons of Sauron as I have. Doubt not that I will match both you and Pineaf in courage. A raiding party of orcs? I have proven far better against much worse. So, do not treat me like some youthful stripling. Once we arrive in Mist Hollow, we will need to find a place to camp. And that means fighting whatever aggressive beasts stray near the protective campsites. I will slay my share of these creatures, so long as you pull your own weight. Good thing that Lathbear is ignoring us. What do you say, Venko?
None of us want to travel together, but each of us has reason to hate the orcs.
Yes, let that purpose unify us, and in a day or two, once the raiding party is destroyed, we need not remain companions. Let us look forward to that, and we should have little reason to complain. The wells of Langflood await us, and afterwards we can return to our own concerns. I have never seen the lands along the Langflood, but we should keep watch for places at which we might camp, sheltered from the wind and from the threats that might roam near. All right, cross into the Mist Hollow and see what I can find. I can understand why they call this place Mist Hollow. Command I suggest to find a safe place to camp in Mist Hollow. I suspect that'll be some distance away. We seem to have several beasts that are in the area. I was told to help clear the area to make sure that nothing bothers us when we try to take a rest. Ouch! Avunk. Ah. Doesn't matter whether they're southern ones or northern ones, they're all equally annoying. Ooh, look at that. Some nasty cats. Yes, I think they could pose a problem if they were wandering too close to the campsite. There you go. And if you... And stay away! Ouch. Hey, hey, oh. Whew. Yeah, we need to call a few of those in the area, I think. But that will take time, and right now I need to find those campsites. This way? This looks like a promising location. Well, except for this Avok. Well, we'll have to deal with the Avok. And that Hobgoblin. Maybe this won't be a very good place to camp. Yeah, let's deal with this Hobgoblin. There you go. So, let's see. I thought it was a promising looking place, but right now I've so far seen a Hobgoblin and an Avok here. That's quite a busy population. Whew. Or was just that a regular orc? Maybe. Now, is there any hope for this place? This campsite is located in a shady but dense bit, so it might serve. Yeah, if it weren't for the orcs and the Avok and the other nasties that are in the area. Is there another area where that could be suitable? How about over here? Yes, it's sheltered on one side by sheer rocks. That's another possibility. Now, is there another place? How about here? This looks like a nice sheltered location. Yeah? This will do. All right. This will do. Aye, this will do. Let us find my tinderbox and we can get the fire started. You've no doubt heard of the quest for the Lonely Mountain, right? I understand our burglar wrote quite a tale about the adventure. I mean no disrespect to his skill with a pen when I say it likely cannot compare to the real experience of the thing. Of course, we spent most of the time being either wet or cold or both at once, and it is the nature of memory to sand off the rough edges until only the glory and excitement remains. Still, that was an adventure. I do not know if Bilbo recorded it in his book, but my brother Owen and I were responsible for getting the fires going whenever we stopped to camp. Our tinder boxes made much use, and in far bleaker places than this one. While I see if I still have the skill, I suggest you help our companions unpack these belongings. We will rest here for a while before we set out in search of the raiding party in earnest. All right. I suppose so. I think I heard something about Bilbo mentioning his skills with lighting fires. What do you say, Vanko?
We should not spend too long here in idleness.
Yes, I understand few folk live alongside the river this far north, but those who do will be in greater danger from such a raiding party as the one we seek. Well, you need help You need any help unpacking the belongings? No, Pineleaf, thank you. We Joruka learned long ago the value of unencumbered travel and carry very little in our mountain journeys. All right. Ooh. And there is a Joruka axe and sword there. It looks nice. And
Leave those alone. Those belong to my brothers.
yes, those belong to my brothers, and I would have no other hands touch them. I'm sorry. Do not think me rude. The three of us came west to seek our rightful home. Me, my younger brother Dusek, and my eldest brother Lekun. I wish now we had stayed in the east, but what sense is there in dwelling upon it? My brothers were both slain when the frost horde attacked, and now it falls to me alone to fulfill the purpose with which we set out. If the Joruka are ever given a home to call their own, I will hang my brother's weapons above the mantelpiece, and at last know peace. Until that day, I will bear Kruzgar and Rankova with me, but they will not see battle. The Zoruka were promised a place in Gundabad long ago, but they never reached it. Do you think your friend Durin will honor this ancient offer if he is able to retake the mountain from the orcs? I do not mind telling you that I have my doubts, Pineleaf. What, that he could take it from the orcs, or that he would honor the old agreement? Oh, I suppose he might doubt both of them. But that is to worry for the future. For now, I think of my fallen brothers and mourn that they will not see the gates of Gundabad, or the crags of Elderslade, or the famed Wreckfoss of Greylin. Ah, I have an idea. We're not that far from the roaring waterfalls of Mist Hollow, Pineleaf. I charge you to find the good vantage point to the north and look at the nearest point of the Three Sisters, the Reichfoss of Greylin, in honor of my brothers. Return then to me, and I will be grateful to hear your description of it. All right. Before I do that, what do you need me for, Imlock? Yes, very well. If you wish to make yourself helpful, do not let me stop you. We will not rest here for long, but I would welcome the chance to adjust the contents of these satchels. They've settled uncomfortably and cursed me with some discomfort while we walked. If you unpack the bag for me, I will rearrange the contents while we rest. But expect no thanks for it, Hobbit. Ah. Oh, well. There you go. Ooh, copper. Leave that alone. Wait, people are picky with their things, that's for sure. Not that one. Can you not follow instructions? Leave that coffer be, Hobbit, for that is no business of yours. Poking around in my things like a common brigand. Bah! No, it's fine, Pineleaf. I should have said something first. That coffer contains a number of keepsakes, mere curios, really, but they are objects of some sentimentality for me. They remind me of friends and family less fortunate than I. Some were not able to escape from Mordor, and others knew freedom for only a short time. Listen, Pineleaf, I am sorry I yelled at you. I am a little on edge because my nose is telling me that there are wargs about. No, it is true. My sense of smell is very acute. If my nose says there are wargs a hunting nearby, then wargs nearby are a hunting. Search for tracks to the southeast and tell me it is not so. It is the least you can do after disturbing my privacy as you have done. All right, let's see if there's a warg a hunted. Yes, those look like warg tracks. Hold on. Ah, yes. Well, yeah, that's a warg. A dangerous warg. A big warg. So yes, I will have a lot of trouble denying that there is a warg hunting in the area. Well, I might be able to in a moment after I kill this one, but At the time he told me that there was a warg hunting in the area, I will agree that there must have been one. But of course, the other thing is that this is one of the campsites that I considered before. Oops! The good news is that warg is no longer a hunting. You found the hunting warg, didn't you? No need to say a word finally if I know it's true. I have always had a heightened sense of smell, but in Mordor it becomes a matter of survival. I developed a nose for danger. Nowhere was ever truly safe, but I was able to sniff out the worst of the dangers and steer clear of them. That skill is still with me. I could not ignore if I had tried. Like the keepsakes I brought out of Mordor, it is a constant reminder of my time toiling in the fear of Sauron. I cannot forget it, and I will not. Ooh, nice. Well, what have you got to say?
Huh. Enoch was right about the hunting warg.
Of all my sense of smell has never been especially potent. Now, my sense of taste is another thing entirely. I have a taste for beer and for roasted mutton, although we may not have much of either on this journey. But Emok was right about the hunting warg. Perhaps he should take that to first watch and let his nose alert us for any approaching dangers. Well, there is that. What do you say, Glowing? Emok endured much during his captivity in Mordor. Never have I been within the borders of that land. Well, I've been, and it's a rather nasty place, I'll tell you that. And never have I heard anything pleasant about it. Now, I found a nice little patch in there where there was a group of forest dwellers living there, but outside of that small, secluded spot, yeah, it's rather nasty out there. All right. I do know this, though. I would not wish to have a heightened sense of smell in that place. For that, Emok has my sympathy. Well, I will have to admit that Mordor is not a good place to have a good sense of smell. Ah, here is the mighty Reichfoss. Quite a waterfall. Stare in silence as the waters of the Reichfoss cascade from the heights. I have returned from the waterfall.
You have returned from the Reichforce.
Tell me, Pine Leaf, what did you make of this mighty waterfall of Mist Hollow? It's quite impressive. Thank you, Pine Leaf. My brothers and I promised to look upon the three sisters on our approach to Gunabad, but the Frost Horde ensured that promise was not to be kept. I still look forward to my first view of the falls, but I'm pleased you have done so in memory of Dusek and Lekhun. Hmm. So he's studying the weapons, and how are things coming along, Glowing? Oh, you have some comments?
The Jaruka has my sympathy, but no more and no less than anyone else.
We have all lost people. The Jaruka have my sympathy, but not any more or less than anyone who suffered the same. Let the memory of his brother strengthen his resolve and toughen his spirit. Well, how's the fire coming along, Glowing?
It seems that Longbeards and Jelruka know the same sorrows.
Yes, And Venko does have my sympathy. I too have lost a brother. Owain went to Moria with Balin and died there. Some dwarves would be content to live out their lives in safety and peace, but not my brother. Nor would I, before you say it. Neither would our Jaruka companion, it seems. He still intends to see the sights that were denied his brothers, and plans no defeated return to the eastern lands. I find that commendable. Ah, the fire's done, I see.
I told you I still possess the fire-making skill.
Ah, if Owain were still alive, he would have had this fire going in half the time. My brother was the only one in Thorn's company who could match me at campfire lighting. Well, I suppose Gandalf could have if he had set his mind to it, but in my recollection he never offered to light a campfire, no matter how wet or cold we might have been. He would only set things ablaze when there were wargs about, and never only for convenience. I suppose that is the way of wizards. They feel the cold less than dwarves, and they're less considerate as well. But you did not hear that from me, Pineleaf, I beg you. Aha. Let's see. Yeah? So I'll take that one.
I understand you fought alongside my son Gimli at a number of recent battles.
Yes. I look forward to hearing about the battles you fought with my son. Every people has its own way of recording the history of war, but there is none so detailed or pleasing to the ear as that of the dwarves. My people have had a great deal of practice at both the conduct of war and its description. Yes, I have lived a life of battle, and would prefer no other. I told you before that I fought at the Battle of Azun-Bizar. Others of my kind earned the glorious epithets of Oaken Shield or Ironfoot, and the dead were so numerous they could not be entombed. Instead, they were burned, and the honor of the burned dwarves of Azanu-Bizar will not be forgotten. I slew my share of orcs in the Dimrill Dale, and I dare say I made my father proud. I expect it will be the same with Gimli when he shares his account of his own fighting in the south. Aznubizar closed the war, but it was not the only such war between the dwarves and orcs, nor would it be the last. It was the sixth, sometimes called by my people the Great Orc War. We held Gundabad again during that war, but only briefly. And after the loss of Azanubizar, King Thrain had neither the heart nor the warriors to reclaim it. The Longbeards became a people in exile. It appears that Venko and Emok both have something to say about that. What do they have to say? We'll find that out in the next episode of The Legacy of Durin.